Hi everybody, this is methlokaiju and today I'll be doing another subscriber requested video. This is requested by Zilla2006 and he requested me the bad of Godzilla 2014. What I mean by that is basically the negative parts of Godzilla 2014. Now for some of you, Godzilla 2014 is the best movie. Out of all the Godzilla movies, it doesn't have a single flaw whatsoever. But for me, there is a couple of flaws. I won't say there is more negative stuff than positive stuff. There's definitely more positive than negative. But there's still quite a few things that are kind of negative on the side of Godzilla 2014. So this is just my opinion, so don't hate on me. But let's get started. Number one is characters. What I specifically mean is the characters being bland, except for Bryan Cranston. Now, what's her name? Something O'Shea or something. I forgot her name, but just the wife of Bryan Cranston in the film. She was also pretty good. I forgot to mention her. She was also pretty good. Aaron Johnson was, I don't know, really bland, honestly. I didn't really care for him. As well as Elizabeth Olsen and the little kid, Sam Brody, whatever. That family I did not care about whatsoever. Bryan Cranston, I definitely had some emotions to him. Like, he definitely had emotions to him that the audience can feel, and even him himself can feel, which is very good for an actor to do, unlike most of the other characters in the Godzilla 2014 film. Dr. Serizawa, he was I mean, he's a cool character and all, but let's be real. He was kind of more like staring at what's happening and just kind of pointing out some ideas here and there and just giving a history of Godzilla 2014. Excuse me, the history of Godzilla, and that's it. I mean, there's not too much character development over a scientist that just, you know, in the team of the government. There's not too much emotion that can be brought in. This can also be the same with Aaron Taylor Johnson, but he's more in the outside world, you know, facing these monsters and all that stuff, facing tragedies, all this stuff, and I don't know, just his performance was kind of bland in my opinion. Who else? The Admiral Stenz, he was I didn't really care for him whatsoever, but he was Okay, so that's number one. Number two is Godzilla's screen time. Now, I bet people are already gonna hate on me just for saying this, that, oh, you suck, you know, the old movies were like this. Well, Godzilla's screen time doesn't really bother me, but I wish he came up a tiny bit more, just a smidgen more. I mean, yes, that's cool that they did it kind of like Godzilla 1954, where, like, you know, there's only, like, a few appearances of Godzilla in the film, but this is the modern era. And the modern era, what do they want? They want more action. They want more suspense. They want more of everything. So they should have kind of added a tiny bit more of Godzilla. For me, I was perfectly alright, but still, I think there should have been a smidgen more of Godzilla 2014 in the movie. I don't know how they can incorporate it or where to add it in, but just a little bit more. And number three is the cutaways that cut part of the action. Now, what I mean by this is basically for example, whenever Godzilla roared in the Hawaii scene, it seems like they're about to have an epic battle of epic proportions. Stuff is gonna be wrecked. But guess what we get instead? We get this kid looking at television. Elizabeth Olsen looks like she's in the kitchen or something. You know, they just cut away from the action. Even later on in the film, whenever the flying Muto was attacking Godzilla, so then Elizabeth Olsen ran to this like door or something or whatever, and then just the door shuts. So, you know, it cuts away from the action, which is a complaint from a bunch of people, and I kind of do have to agree. I mean, the first one kind of did bother me. The second one, not really too much, because I knew that there was going to be an epic battle at the end, and I read some spoilers. Some spoiler information before I watched the movie. But the first one, at first, whenever I barely saw it, it didn't really bother me. But then, around like the fifth time I saw it, I was kind of, you know, wishing they didn't cut that part, or just wishing they added a scene where they fought at least, not on the television screen, where you actually are in the action. So that's basically all for this video. 3 things only. As mentioned, more positive stuff than negative, but there's still some stuff that is kind of negative for Godzilla 14. So that's basically all for this video. Remember to subscribe, like, and comment. methlokaiju signing out.